Hey, hello guys, welcome. I am miEye and today we do a Bandicam review and explaining all the settings in the software. So here we do see Bandicam. So I look to the monitor to see what I'm talking about. Bandicam on the top, a folder for your output. There are multiple ways in the software to get there, but I have just a shortcut on my desktop and then I go to there, but you can also go on this one. I don't click on it. Schedule recording is for people like, if you have a schedule and you want, for example, live record on a specific time, you can do that. I don't suggest you. What's this? Online help. Okay, I never clicked on it, so I needed to know it myself. And then you have a screen recording mode. So you have two modes: game recording mode, screen recording mode. Oh no, three modes, and webcam recording mode. So you click on the screen recording mode and you do get a screen. And here you see the amount of resolution. You can double click it and you get full screen. You see that? Now in this same menu you also get record button if you not have a hotkey for it, a image capture and a drawing mode. And that's pretty cool because you can draw, for example. You can just draw. I cannot draw very well with my high DPI mouse, but see, you can just draw, or explaining like with an arrow or high, you can just draw. And if you want to put it away, you have a fencer on the right. You can change color, for example, to green. So you do okay, you do a little bit of green. You can just draw. It's a very cool feature. Other software, screen capture software, don't have this feature, at least what I know. So this great feature. You put it away by clicking the X marker and you have record full screen. And okay, that was that, guys. You have rectangle full screen around the mouse recording. Select a recording area, you can select it, and then you go to game recording mode and you a specific game. You need to click on it. You click on home, get started, home. You click on this and here they explain how to do it. So you can pause if you want and you can record your webcam. I cannot do it now because I am recording with another software, Action, to record this Bandicam software. Soon I'm gonna make a review of Action, but okay. So I explained the top. Here you can do a mouse cursor effect. I don't like it, effects, but it's nice if you want to have an effect around your mouse. If you want to highlight something like a presentation or something, you can highlight it. It's nice. Here you can microphone mute, or what? Normally you can mute there, but this microphone settings. Okay, and here you have the webcam, and the webcam is a very tiny square and you can see yourself. I wish you can also they added a feature. I hope they do that in the future to disable that, because it gives a little bit of an FPS hiccup to your system. Little bit, because there's a second video, even it's so tiny as this one, it's still there and it hurt a little bit your performance. This is pretty cool. This, for example, I have an SSD from Samsung. It's around 210 gigabytes left. If you press record, you see here the numbers of bytes, of megabytes, or depending on how much, or gigabytes, how much you recorded, and the recording time, pause, record button, and image capture image, whatever. Okay, that was home, guys. Here you also have videos in your folder and images folder, and then we go to general. So we go in from top to bottom. Now we go to general. This is my output video map folder, and it's on my SSD. Always have it on a good hard drive to get stable recording. So on your fastest hard drive you need to create a folder, and especially not the folder where you also game on. So a second SSD or something to record is the best optimal performance. Here you can do minimize, schedule recording, complete recording, automation, advanced settings. Okay, show tooltip, FPS. We also have that in another section in this software, so I will tell you later. Run software when Windows start up. I don't do that because it's it's time consuming. You need to wait for it, even with a fast computer. My folder, target name, or you want a prefix. You can also date or sequence number if you prefer number instead of one out. But I prefer date because then I know which date and time I recorded it. Catching on disk if you want to have that. Hooking, this is pretty cool. So you have multiple DirectX, OpenGL, Vulkan, whatever hooking targets. You can disable one, and sometimes it will increase FPS. For example, I disabled DirectX 12 and also in the same game in Battlefield 5, and I get better FPS. But you can also block process list if you want to do that. The language, if you're from a different language, so there are multiple, I don't even know which language is. Netherlands, that's my country, but I prefer English. But you have German, Russians, Norwegian, Polski, Portuguese, Romania, and so on, Turkey, and so on, guys. And you can even download more languages. I didn't know that. But we go to English because No? Okay, English. And then video recording settings. So record sound, that is pretty nice, but if you want to disable it, it's pretty nice. You can save audio tracks while recording in .wav. WAV is a better audio file, but it's more for CDs and music and stuff, but it's great. Your speaker, your primary sound device, your microphone. I have a Blue Yeti. I do it to fully settings because still this software is a little bit on the low muted side. So we crank it up to the highest. But choose yourself. Primary, mixing primary and secondary into one audio track. But if you want to do it in 2 audio tracks, possibly you disable it. Push to talk if you want to do that. And this is my favorite feature of the software. And that is save webcam video as a separated file, .mp4. That means that you have, for example, you're recording Battlefield 5 and shooter, and you're recording your webcam. Normally it's both in the same file, and then the output is just one file. But now it's separated. So that means you have your Battlefield and your webcam separated. You can, for example, in edit software, move your webcam everywhere. You can zoom it in, zoom it out. Zoom it in, zoom it out, rotate it, whatever effect you want to do on it, but you can do it. And if you green screen it, you can do multiple other stuff with it as well. So that's an amazing feature. That's the feature I basically bought this software for. Otherwise I can just use OBS for free. My webcam C920. The preview webcam on screen, I don't like that, but if you want to have it, you can have another webcam on your screen. So you see yourself on the screen. And also in the video, it's waved in. Show mouse cursor, highlight, color, you can whatever color. Logo, if you want to have a logo in your video. For example, you're a big YouTuber and you want to have your logo or something. Opacity, if you want to reduce that. Text, if you want to text hi, I add. And then hi, I'm miEye. Subscribe to my channel. Kappa. So, and then you press OK. And then you have it here and you can text overlay it. Possibly you can even do more stuff like outline. Okay. Options. Here recording priority. Normally it's on normal, but you can increase the process to high. So higher than normal. I suggest you put this one on because it overrules your game. And then you have a higher process than your game. So your recording is more stable. I suggest you not do the highest one, but you can test it yourself at your own risk of your recording. Play sound effect when started or stopped. Show countdown timer before recording begins, like 5, 4, 3, 2. And then you're gonna sit like so. I'm miEye, hello. Use enhance capture method. I tested it on and off. I don't see any difference in FPS. With my recording, but you can choose whatever you want. Just keep it on. Skip recording while frame is not updated. So I suggest you put it off. Skip recording while frame is not updated. Otherwise it will slow down and stuff. It's not important. And then video format. I will tell you a little bit later because it's also in another section of the software and auto completes recording. If you want to record unlimited and how many file size and how long and all that kind of stuff is basically automatic. And then we, okay, let's see, did we say everything here? Settings, schedule recording, and automatic complete recording. I don't even know. Schedule recording, if you want to have a schedule, for example, you want to record a bird somewhere on his nest, and you want to record it on a specific time, every day, every month, every year. You have that camera set up, you can record that. Very nice. And then you go to FPS, show hotkey, you can press and hide with one hotkey, for example F5 or F4, you can change it, or position hotkey, you can swap the position with Shift F9, for example. Show FPS overlay, I don't like FPS overlay, but you can do that. FPS limit, you set your FPS limit for capturing, for example 120, and that's your FPS limit, or 60. Whatever, I just put it off. This important, I have it on insert, but I have now an action on, so also on insert, so I have disabled it for now, but I have it on insert. You can pause hotkey if you want to pause your recording. This button actually, if you want to do that. Show mouse cursor, for me that's important, but if you want to hide it, for example, for a picture or something, you disable it. Add mouse click effects, I told you at the beginning, you can do some effects. As webcam overlay, you put that on, and now you have the special moment. This is the video containers, the codecs, the encoders, everything. You can do a preset from default half size if you want to decrease your powerness. 60 FPS ultra, Twitter, YouTube, diffix, but I do manually guys. So you click on this. Normally it starts on MP4, so you select your full size, half size, width, or your resolution, or on custom size. Now I take 1920 by 1080 because it's my full screen setting. And then the FPS you want, you can go from 1 to a custom number to almost 60, 120, 480 kappa. If you want to have a very fast high FPS video with a low resolution, you can do that. To editing software with higher FPS, you can slow motion videos, very cool with high FPS. So, but I suggest 60, and then you go to point. You have, they say recommend this one, variable frame rate, but I will suggest you do prefer CFR, constant frame rate. So that means your frame rate is consistent, and being 60 only it falls back if it will fill. It will fill, then it goes back to VFR. But do prefer CFR if you can handle it. And almost all new PCs nowadays can handle this feature, so do this one. Now you have the codec, you have 3 types, or normally AMD or NVIDIA is on that location. You click on it and you click on point. VBR is a higher quality than CBR, so you select VBR and a keyframe interval. The lower number of keyframe interval, the more frames you have for editing. For example, if you do 2, that's very common, you do 2, but I do 60. Here you can do the 4cc code. This almost better for better performance, but if you're doing Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere, click this one, then you can add it. Okay, you press OK, and then the quality. Because we did do VBR, we get a quality level because it's CFR basically, and you can do from 100 to 10. But if you do, for example, the CBR, you get a bit rate, and it's still ugly even on 100. So just click on VBR, and then the codec. Because you do MP4, you only have AAC, so you're setting everything to the highest number. Only reduce it when it lags your system, so you can do lower. But I will suggest at least 128, otherwise it sucks. But let's say 192 is great. So this is the MP4 container, but now we go into the AAV, and I would suggest select this one. And the reason why is it's identical. You have MP4 and AAV. You also have MP4, but in a different container, because now you can fix the file when it's broken. For example, you are recording your software and your Windows crash or whatever it's crashed, and file gets put in a folder of Bandicam fix, and you can fix it with an .exe file in that same folder, and you can fix an AVI file, and you cannot fix an MP4 file. So you do AVI in my suggestion. Same goes for the resolution as on the MP4. Same as CFR and 60 FPS, or reduce it when your PC lags. But here you have multiple more codecs, the AMD or the NVIDIA. H.264 is, you can choose between VBR, as I already commented. You only do CBR for streaming, but don't stream on this software. Just use OBS for streaming. And VBR, smaller file size or faster encoding, or you can balance it out if you want. The keyframe interval, again, most common is 2. I do 60, whatever. I don't need much frames. I'm not a perfect human being, so I do mostly faster encoding speed, because it takes a lot of time. Now, here you have another time. Because we selected the VBR, we do have 100 quality. But if we do the CBR, you get bitrate again, okay? So now we can also go to this codec, a different codec, also with VBR and CBR. But you have, and this one is amazing. It has very tiny file size, decently looking quality, very tiny file size, decent looking quality. This is almost the perfect one, even better than H.264. Psh, I don't tell anyone, okay? Motion UPG, another codec, and external codec. And if you click this, you can click on point, and you can install every codec you want. I, for example, installed a Lagarith lossless codec. Sometimes I want lossless codec for maximum quality picture. But I installed this codec, it's open source, you can download it on the internet, X264VFW. I put this one in Google and you find it, and then you press configure and you have multiple presets. The lower you go to placebo, the more CPU it uses, and the more ultra fast, it's more like a preset balancing thing you have between CPU and hard drive. I do ultra fast. Tuning, don't do this, any tuning. It looks great, animation, but if you click on it, your software will crash. So don't do it. You need to have stable software. Profile, do high. The higher you go than this, it will crash your software. At least in Bandicam. I don't know other software. Main or baseline if you have more lag, but go for high in my opinion. YouTube has 4.2. You can select it manually, but I do automatic. Don't change convert to YUF, just keep it like this. If you want a fast decode, you can click this one on. Zero latency, you can click this one on. Zero latency, that means zero latency, kappa. Normally it's around 23. So the lower you go to bitrate based ABR, it's very ugly as shit. If you, the higher you go, it will be insanely quality. This X264 is mostly CPU based. And if you go lossless and you record, it will crash your software actually. So this is the highest you can get. And around this is almost lossless, like the highest one, only with tinier file size. But you can even go to 1, but it's costing a lot of gigabytes useless, and your render file gonna be bigger as well on the end of your editing. So as you guys see, it's like this, like 15 or something, or 17. Or standard like 23. Don't change this one, only if you have problems. Here you select VFW, and here you have multiple codecs if you want. I just do this one. And the keyframe interval, again, only you need to do it manually. So stripe, key int, space 2 or 60 or 40, whatever you want. And you press OK, OK. And you go to your audio source. PCM is the highest audio source. It's almost the same as original format. So you select this one. Only you do that if you want to have a separate audio file for MP3. You can, you can use it for your MP3 player or something. But I suggest PCM. Stereo, highest setting, and press OK. And you can record. If it lags, reduce things till it is stabilized. Image is image, hotkey for image. If you want a screen image from your beautiful face, you press F11, or repeat screen capture, show cursor. It just, if you read it yourself, you know what it means. Show mouse cursor. You know, a cursor in your picture. Picture, cursor, cursor in picture. Very logic, right? If you don't want cursor in picture because you make only a picture of your beautiful face, you remove show mouse curver. If not, you want if you want to highlight something with that marker at the beginning I told you, with that nice red marker or green marker, you can also put this on. Yeah, just a high quality as if you want, or the highest quality, or PNG if you want to make it transparent. And then you have about, it's your serial number. I bought this program. I will not show you my serial number, otherwise you can just steal my software. But there is also updating software. So set automatic updating off, and sometimes look there for updating and check if you want that. And if you want to support more, if you not have any editing software, you can buy Bandicam Cut and you can edit, but it costs more money as well. And that was basically it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. Thumb it up. If you dislike it, push it down. Say in the comment section below why you dislike it. Why you dislike it. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Maybe consider subscribing. And if you not want to do that, I wish you the best in your life. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys. Bye-bye. Bye.